You see, I've spent thousands of hours in n8n, and for most of that time, I was doing things the slow way. In this video, I'm sharing 5 game-changing hacks that I wish someone had told me on day 1. And trust me, you are probably not choosing number 5. It will completely change how you build your workflows. Okay, we've all been here. You're setting up your workflow and you're adding your HTTP request node, and then you hit execute workflow. And what happens next is you're hit with this red error message. And if you're a beginner, you don't know what this means. So what you normally do is you'd go to Google, waste time in forums, and that gets frustrating. If you're using n8n Cloud, you're lucky. You have this AI feature. But if you're self-hosting, you don't have this feature. So it's this feature I'm talking about. Forget that. Here's the hack. So what you do is you'd copy this node, paste it into ChatGPT, Claude, whichever AI you're using. So paste it here. And also copy the error message. So let's remove this and then click this button right here to copy. So you click this button right here to copy, go back to ChatGPT, paste it, and lastly, you'd go to the API's endpoint documentation. So here's the documentation, and what you do is just copy this URL and paste it here. Say, here is the documentation. And then let's just give it context. We'll say, please help. I've run into this error and I'm an absolute beginner. And then hit enter. You'll see ChatGPT is going to give you a step-by-step procedure on how to go about this. And you see, so you're getting a 401 unauthorized error because, so it's telling us we're supposed to add the API key header. So headers, add. So we'll go back to n8n, we'll scroll down and we'll see here send headers. So we'll turn this on and then it's telling us to add a header. So one header parameter is going to be X API key. And then if we go back, it's telling the value is your API key here. So we need to find an API key. And you see, it's also given us some other advice. So use the correct query parameters plus casing. Username is correct. The cursor, all lowercase. If you paginate, don't send an empty cursor key. So it's telling us to remove this parameter right here. So we'll delete this. Now we need to find the API key. Let's ask it. And how do I get the API key? It's gonna give us a step-by-step procedure on how to go about it. So you're going to log in to the website or create one, and then you're going to access the dashboard, and then you're going to copy the API key. So right now I've set up an account. I've gone to the dashboard and immediately I'm seeing my API key here. So I'm going to copy it and paste it into my HTTP request node. So I've pasted it. Let's test it again. And now you see the error is gone. We're getting outputs. So you might be building a multi-agent system, like in this case right here. So we've got a booking inquiry AI agent, technical support AI agent, cleaning requirements AI agent, and other inquiries AI agent. And we want them to have a context of all messages with one user. Because you can see here, one chat message trigger, and then Based on the inquiry from the user, it routes to the respective AI agent. So if the message is a booking inquiry, it goes to this booking inquiry AI agent. If the message is a technical support question, it goes to this technical support AI agent, and so on for the cleaning and the other. So you want them to have all past messages this user has sent. And how you do it is you'd connect them to the same simple memory like this. And if we test this out, you'll see, say, hi, I'm Alex. You see, it goes to the general, to the other inquiries AI agent. Now, we want to ask a technical question. Let's say, hi, my laptop isn't turning on. And by the way, what's my name? So we'll ask a technical question and ask my name. So it will go down the technical support AI agent, and if you take a look at the message, you see, it remembers my name. And that's how you can build multi-AI agents that share the same memory. So they have context of past messages with one user. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to leave a link to all these workflows and all other resources in my school community. And once you join, you'll get the resources in the community tab. You're going to click YouTube resources and you're going to get it here. So sometimes you'd like to feed two different types of data into one node. So this node right here is a HTTP request node, which scrapes X accounts posts. So what we need is the X account username to get the latest post they've made. So under the query parameters, we have two options. So we'd like to scrape the latest tweets from Google AI Studio, and this other edit field node, it scrapes it scrapes the latest tweets from Anthropic AI. And so how do we go about this? So we'll first click execute here in the edit fields node, and we'll open the HTTP request node, and under the username parameter, we'll drag and drop the Google AI username, so this parameter right here, and then we'll execute the Anthropic username, and we'll open the HTTP request once again, and you'll see we are running into an error. Now the thing is, since we are feeding information from this node or from this node, we need to add an OR expression. So we will add we'll add two vertical bars to this expression, add a space, and then we'll drag and drop the other option. And so what this does is it tells this HTTP request node, so under the username value, we want it to either take the Google AI username or the Anthropic username in case the Google AI username is unavailable. That's simply it. This can be used in many applications. For example, you might have a form where people are supposed to fill their first name, last name, and you might find that people are only filling in the first name and the last name is left empty. So in that case, let's say you've got the field called last name and it's left empty. You want another option so that the next node doesn't throw an error the same way we saw here. So you'll add a fixed value. So let's say null, and that will get rid of the error. So sometimes you might be messing around with the calendar and you want to create a new event. So for example, let's create a new event. Create a new, and then we hit enter. You'll notice it will create an event, And we've mentioned it's supposed to be on 10th September at 10 a.m. Let's see. So it's created, but it's got the wrong time. So how do we correct this? Here's the hack. Now you'd go back to your workflow, click on the three dots on the right, and you'll click on settings, and you'll notice there's this time zone parameter here. So you change it to your time zone and it will be good to go. So I've changed it back to my time zone. And now we're gonna run this again. So we're going to use this message and we're going to run it again. Now let's go back to our calendar and you'll see it's created it at the right time. So it's 10 a.m. to 11. So at times you'd like to build a multi-agent system, but if you've worked with n8n for a long time, you'd notice the more nodes you add to a canvas, the slower your n8n becomes. So you want to save on the number of nodes in your canvas. Now you do it using this technique. From the previous multi-agent system I've just shown you, instead of having 4 different agents, you can have one agent, but with 4 different prompts. And so based on the user's question, so for example, we had the booking inquiry AI agent, the technical support AI agent, the cleaning requirement AI agent, and the other questions AI agent. Instead of having 4 different agents, we'll have one, but we'll only change the prompt. So here's how it works. So we've got the message, we have a text classifier. Like I said, I'm gonna share this workflow and all the resources in my school community, so make sure to download it and test this out. So we have the text classifier, which routes to the right prompt, and then we have a set node, which we've added the prompts, the user message, and the session ID. We've done the same for all these other 3 nodes, and then we are feeding the prompts here dynamically. So let's give this a try. Let's say hi. So it goes down this branch and you'll notice the prompt is "you are a helpful assistant." Okay, let's go ahead and ask a technical question. Hi, now you asked a technical question, it will go down the technical question route to the AI agent, and if you look at our prompt, you'll notice it has changed. And now you see it's going to reply like a technical assistant. So that's how you dynamically change the system prompt. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like. If you've got a question, don't forget to leave it in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, also comment you like the video. And lastly, don't forget to subscribe.